Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of my Noob to Pro series. In today's video we'll be using Permanent Buddha to level up to level 700 and get this noob second C in blox. Here we go, let's equip Buddha Fruit real quick. And guys, something important I need to announce is I'm making a Discord. So this will be for all my giveaways and it'll probably be beneficial if you join it, so it'll be linked in the description. Just make sure you join that after you watch the video. And anyway, let's get started. So start off by killing the bandits. Pretty much just transform and set up an auto clicker. That's all that Buddha pretty much is at this point. It's just clicking, guys. It's literally the easiest route to level up in the game. Keep grinding them until level 15. And then it's time to move on to the gorillas. Stat check, here we go. So just 43 melee, nothing in defense, nothing in sword, nothing in block suits. Just put pretty much everything in melee just so you can become really OP. And start killing the gorilla king at level 25. The strategy for him is just kind of make circles around him and keep clicking. That's gonna be a very consistent theme along with this video, is just clicking, clicking, clicking. And at level 30, it's time to move on to the pirate village. So just keep grinding these guys, and then at level 40, you can move on to the brutes. Guys, I would say the brutes are kind of a bit harder than the pirates. It's up to personal preference if you want to fight the brutes or the pirates. So, but what isn't up to preference is whether or not you fight Bobby. Bobby is very good for EXP. You can start fighting him at level 55, and pay attention to how I defeat him. So you see how I'm underneath the stairs and I'm just punching him. Even if you get hit by a skill, the Buddha transform will make sure that you don't die. So just camp underneath the stairs and keep attacking him until he dies. It should not take long, guys, but at that point it doesn't really matter. You can just attack him out of the stairs, but that's the best way. And anyway guys, make sure you buy Dark Step. It's a big upgrade over the standard melee. And at level 65, it's time to move on to the desert island. So just keep grinding the desert bandits until level 75, and then we can move on to the other ones, which is, what are they called? I kind of forgot, but whatever NPC you grind here is up to personal preference, guys. If you like the ones that give you more XP, then you can keep grinding them by all means, but they are further away, so it's up to you. And at level 90, we can move on to the frozen village, but make sure to buy all the abilities from the teacher in the cave. And keep grinding the snow bandits until level 105. The reason 105, you guys might be asking, why not 100? Well, if you grind the snowmen, they're far apart and they're kind of hard to grind. Anyway, stat check, 298 melee and nothing else, guys. But yeah, so just skip the snowmen because they're too far away and they're too hard to kill, and start killing the Yeti. He gives a lot of XP, he respawns very fast, and he's very easy to kill. I would just recommend server hopping here until you reach level 120. Guys, honestly, if you ask me, this part of the game is one of the slowest part of the games, but once you reach Marineford, it speeds up so much. I would say that Marineford is the place that it really starts speeding up. And here's the stat check, 358 melee, nothing else in anything else. As I said, you'll pretty much be dumping all of your stats into melee at this point. And anyway, let's just start grinding the Vice Admiral at level 130. Just kill him. He's very close to the spawner where you spawn, and you'll be able to grind him for a very long time. He's very easy to kill and he gives a lot of XP. So if you want to keep grinding this NPC until the prison, you can, but I would recommend it, but it is up to personal preference, because if you do not like server hopping that much, then maybe it's better to farm at the lower Skyland area and start farming the Sky Bandits instead of farming the boss. But as I said, guys, it's up to personal preference. If you guys like it more, then just be sure to do whatever you like more, because you'll find the game a lot more enjoyable if you do it the way that you feel comfortable doing. just take it slow, guys. Anyway, at level 175, we can move on to the Dark Bandits, I think they're called. And guys, I think they're a bit far away from the quest giver, so they're a little bit bad for farming. And here's the stat check, guys. We got 385, and then I think it was 185 defense. So a little bit of stats into defense, but not a lot. And at level 190, move to prison and keep grinding the prisoners until level 220, guys. Remember that. Don't grind the dangerous prisoners. They're kind of far apart, guys, and the prisoners, they give a lot of EXP anyway. But I would definitely recommend using 2 times EXP, even if you have to pay for it, guys. Like, it makes the grinding experience more enjoyable, and also it's quicker for you, so you don't waste as much time. So if you really want to, if you're really serious about grinding, be sure to put on a 2 times EXP code, just to experience what it's like. And then once it's over, once the 2 times EXP is over, you can decide whether or not you want to buy it yourself. And anyway, you'll be grinding at the prison for a very long time, so make it more enjoyable, and be sure to get comfortable, because you're gonna be here for a while. Anyway, after you reach level 240, you can start server hopping all 3 bosses in one server. This will speed up your leveling by a lot, because in one server, let's just say the Warden gives you 2 levels with 2 times EXP, and then the Chief Warden gives you 3 levels with 2 times EXP, then the Swan gives you 4 levels with 2 times EXP. Then that is 3 plus 2 plus 4, which is, I think, 3 plus, yeah, that's 9 levels per server. Guys, take that with a grain of salt, but that is very good statistics if you ask me. But as you start to level up more, you'll start to level up less, because you need more EXP to level up per time. So that will go down as you begin to level up. But I would still say that grinding prison is honestly one of my favorite areas in the game, because it's such an easy way to level up, guys. I have to be honest with you there. Guys, when I was recording this, I remember that I was so impressed, because one time I ended up leveling, I think it was 120 times in 1 hour, because of the 2 times EXP code and the prison area. So 120 times in 1 hour, if you do the math, it'll take you, I think it's 12 hours to reach max level, guys. That is insane if you ask me. 12 hours, guys. That's it. But obviously you're not going to be grinding that fast for the whole entire game, so you gotta take that one with a grain of salt. And anyway, we finished the level, we finished the prison at level 375, and here is the stats: 940 melee, 184 defense. And then we can move on to another one of my favorite areas, the underwater city at level 375. I like this area because the NPCs are grouped together very nicely. They're very easy to group together, and the NPCs are very easy to kill. They have low amounts of HP, and at this part of the game you do a high amount of damage if you follow my stats. But make sure to buy the Water Kung Fu. It's a massive upgrade over the Dark Step. It makes it so that your punches are continuous all the time, and it just is a bigger upgrade over Dark Step. Anyway, move on to the Fishman Commandos at level 400. These ones I think are a little bit more annoying than the Fishman Warriors, or whatever they're called, but they do give you more XP, and they're very weak. So I wouldn't say they're too hard to grind. I would still recommend grinding them over the other ones because of the amount of XP they give you. So then at level 425 we can then move on to the boss, the Fishman Captain. So guys, the strategy for here, I would usually say, like, you'd usually be like, oh, it's wall strat, right? But you don't really need wall strat in this circumstance, because Buddha is just so easy to grind with that you don't need. Also, your skills should have enough high damage to kill him without him using any skills on you, which makes killing this boss just insanely easy. just make sure to watch out for people trying to kill you, because there are a lot of people in that area. But anyway, at level 450, time to move on to the God's Guards. In my opinion, these NPCs are some of the easiest NPCs to kill in the entire game. I'll show you what it's like. Yeah, this is how long it took me to do one quest. Just keep in mind this is at 300% speed of the original clip. But still, look at how fast I was, guys. There was probably like 10 seconds, maybe even less than that, who knows. But anyway, at level 475, we can move on to Shanders, another really an easy NPC to kill. See, this is what I mean, is that like the second half to first third of the game is actually harder than the last 2/3 of the game. The first third of the game probably takes the most time, because you're just dealing with the noob NPCs that don't give a lot of EXP and stuff like that. But it's so easy to grind in the second half of the first sea. And guys, just look at this guy. There was some guy being really toxic to me in the chat. I'm not gonna show what he was saying, but he was being very toxic to me for some reason. But you will encounter people like this. I almost encounter people like this every single time I try to level up. But you just gotta ignore them, guys. You didn't come here to PvP, you came here just to grind. So there's no point to grinding, there's no point to PvPing people if you didn't come to PvP. And anyway, at level 529, we can move on to the Royal Squads. Another one which is very easy to grind. So my strategy for this area is you just group 3 together, then 2, then another 3. It's very simple, guys. This will allow you to do the quest very easily, and will get you a high amount of levels. And once you reach the Royal Soldier quest, the grinding here will be a lot faster. So my strategy, once you get the Royal Soldiers, is to kill the Royal Squads, and then go over to the other quests, so the Royal Soldiers, and then kill them too. So then this will allow you to get 2 quests and not have to wait for the respawn time of the other quest. And keep doing this until level 625. Just skip the Thunder God, kill him if he's in your server, but just don't server hop the Thunder God, because he will be too slow. But then at level 625, you can move on to the Fountain City, which is, yet again, as I'm saying, one of the most easiest places to grind in the entire game. And I would recommend just keeping on grinding the Galley Pirates until level 700, guys. I know it might drive you insane. I know you might get sick and tired of farming them, but trust me, they are the easiest one to grind. The Galley Captains are too far away from the quest giver, and they also have Haki. I know that doesn't matter with Buddha Fruit, but still, it's too far away. And that's the same with the Frankie boss, the Cyborg. He is too far away from the quest giver to be viable to fight. So I would just recommend to keep farming the Galley Pirates. And yeah, the conclusion that I have made is that it's the fastest to grind just the Galley Pirates until 2nd Sea. And if you are fast with it, it should take you about 1 hour of grinding from level 625 to level 700. But it's depends on how fast you are, guys. Just be sure to be careful of people doing PvP, because there are a lot of people that come over here too on Fountain City, and it can be really annoying. But as I said earlier, just remember, you did not come here to PvP, you came here to grind. Do what you came here to do, don't get distracted. And congratulations, you reached level 700. Here's the stats. So we got 1891 melee, 8184 defense, sorry, and the rest is just 1. And so just talk to the military captain, collect the key, then go to the ice village, kill the ice admiral in the cave, and then come to the location shown right now. And congratulations, you made it to the 2nd Sea. Believe it or not, but less than 1% of players make it this far. So be sure to celebrate your accomplishment. And anyway, that is it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you next time. Be sure to join my Discord server. I will be doing a lot of giveaways in there. And click the video cards for more videos like this.